Guys, welcome to the Nano Gallery. My name is Jurijs, and in today's video we're checking out the next Nano build and how I have fixed it. Reason for that is I just haven't managed to trim back the Terra base. So in case you voted for the Terra base, big surprise, that's coming next. In the next video, maybe not in chronological order, but the next from the gallery, you're definitely gonna see an update on this one. And today we're focusing on the 20 centimeter Nano Cube. Right now it shines bright. I really like it. The fresh La Plata sand and the sand pad that has been trimmed into the Monte Carlo. That was a challenge of itself. I have worked with bamboo sticks to put them left and right and to cut from one to another. And before I ramble too long, guys, let's dive into this one and check out what it has looked like before and, well, what it looks after, you know, right now. So let's get started. So guys, here we have the 20 centimeter cube, and I have to admit, I've been neglecting it. Yes. You know, the life is stressful oftentimes, and nonetheless, we're here to fix things together. So let's get started. Over here, we have the tiny Liquido design filter from Italy. Let me rotate it a little bit to the front so you can see this. It has been running on that tiny filter for the past half year, and I don't know, maybe I haven't done any water changes for the past 3-4 months or something, been just topping off with reverse osmosis water, the evaporation, and that's it. CO2 was running, yes, but no liquid fertilizer. The Monte Carlo has changed. It looks so small, smaller than Hemianthus scuba, mini growth, but it's definitely due to lack of the nutrients. And yeah, while someone could say, hey, that looks good, it's small, that's not healthy. We're going to fix things today, do a little maintenance session here, make it shine bright like a diamond or shine bright like a crystal glass, clear glass tank. Okay guys, let's remove the Liquido filter. I'm quite happy with it long term. Has been doing a great job, not leaking anything, has been, yeah, working fine. So I would recommend them. Links down below if you want to check them out. A little bit difficult to order, I have to admit. There is no web shop. You have to email the Italian guy. But I think maybe that was Horizon Aquatics from the UK. I think they got them in stock. I will drop a link in the description if I find it. If not, just email the producer of these. Okay, so what am I gonna do to start here? So we have calcium stains on the rim all around. For that, I'm gonna use a razor mini, basically a little razor blade scraper. And as you can see, it's the best to get rid of this calcium stains. I love it, works like magic. And yeah, if I spill a little bit of water, no problem. The entire kitchen studio is a mess anyway from the previous video production. If you haven't seen this one, check it out. I will link it above and somewhere below the like button, aka description. So now that the glass is clean, we can have a undisturbed view to the inside. What is going on the inside, guys? We have no sand path left. The Monte Carlo has completely taken over that section. I'm just picking out some remaining gravels of the rocks. We're going to use them in a second. The thing is, if you are trimming the Monte Carlo and you have plenty of those tiny rocks, you know, like sticking out somewhere in between, you can damage your expensive scissors. And I don't want you to do this mistake. So that's a pro tip. Just get out these little rocks here from the carpet before you trim it, or use cheap scissors if you have several. So something that really distracts me is this Eliocharis in the back, where we have some, I don't know what kind of algae that is. It looks like brown fuzz algae, something like diatoms. I'm going to trim it down like completely. I think you will see it best if I rotate it to the back. I guess so. And I'm literally just trimming it down all the way, like completely, the Eliocharis, so it's flush with the Monte Carlo. And yeah, I don't know, it's going to grow back or not. it will grow back. I mean, plants always grow back. They have no other choice as to grow back, and they don't think like we do. They don't have a mood. You know, when we are in a bad mood, I don't want to do it, I will give up. Plants, they never give up. Plants, they will fight and try to grow until the very last moment where it's just not possible. For sure, you have seen trees and plants in nature that, you know, look like they've been struggling to grow for a long time. In this case, it's me who is brutally trimming back the Eleucharis. In nature, you know, it's dry season. So they will somehow try to survive, because eventually the next rain season is coming. Then the riverbeds will be full of water. You know, all the dried out land will be flooded again. And this is when the plants, they will bounce back and yeah, recover and grow beautiful and nice, like in no time, because sometimes the rainy season doesn't last very long before the next dry season comes, and they have a mission. All plants have a mission, and this is to sort of flower, reproduce, to create the next generation. Same as in your aquarium. They will always try to bounce back if the conditions are right, and we're not going to force them into a dry season here. We're just trimming them back a little bit. Next step, I'm going to take care of the foreground. As you can maybe see a little bit here in the middle, there is sand. There was sand visible, now fully covered with Monte Carlo. And the sides, they grew a little bit too tall for my taste. So I'm gonna trim down the Monte Carlo in the foreground, create a little bit of a U shape. Yeah, let's do that. I will start here on the side, just trim it down a little bit so it is a little bit more. Oh, there you see there's one rock. Let's get rid of it. So in that middle section where you see the sand, I'm literally cutting away the entire Monte Carlo. Now there is more rocks. Pure scissors. If you have your carpeting plant mixed with rocks, then don't use your very best scissors. So sometimes it's good to have some cheap scissors or some older scissors that you can use for tasks like this, where it is to be expected that the blades will cut some sand and maybe some rocks will get in between. So there we start to see the sand. Here it's like a little cut and or trim and pull technique that I'm using. So there we are in the sand area. Nice. Oh, it's still bright. De La Plata down here. Let's keep it short. Okay, so like first thing, just taking care of the very foreground here. And I would say with this trim, this has been achieved. Let's just make sure those foreground rocks stick out a little bit better. And yeah, I would say that that's okay for now. For now, let's take a brush and make sure it is clean down here so we can see what's going on. There we have the sand. Great. Okay, good. Next thing is, or maybe let me trim the Monte Carlo here a tiny little bit more. Okay, so now the water is a little bit cloudy right now, so what I'm going to do is a little trick, as a pro tip if you want it like this. You know, in the past I used to stop recording the main video and I would record a dedicated pro tip on this one. Now, I don't know, should I bring the pro tips back, those little short separate videos? Let me know in the comments. Either way, I'm gonna share the pro tip with you in a second just scooping out the trimmings here from the surface. And the trick is to do several water changes, heavy water changes after another, just to flush you know, the tank to get full clarity. So doing it right now. Just taking out the water. Can also take out a little bit of the sand down here. Here we have the jar. Let's empty it into the sink. And quickly refill with fresh water. What I use here is just tap water. I'm going to siphon it out anyway, and the final fill is going to be reverse osmosis water with minerals. So for now, it's just to kind of flush the aquarium with water to have it clean for you, so you can see what's going on. And also for me, it's easier to work like this. Remember, bamboo sticks. Takashi Amano used to use them very often in the past. So let's say we have down here, this is where the sand path is coming down. So this is our, I don't know, let's call it focal point in the front. This is our focal point in the back. And now we're going to twist the path. So I'm looking how it goes down. It goes until here in a zigzag direction. It goes down here in a zigzag and then continues zigzag over here, and then it goes down here and then elongates to the one in the front. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is to cut a little path from one bamboo stick to another, a little path, you know, like a V shape. You see the V? I'm gonna cut a V into the Monte Carlo, which will allow me to fill this, I don't know, like a little canyon with the sand. So we have a little sand going to the front. I'm going to keep it very narrow in the back and make it a little bit wider towards the front. So for your convenience, I'm starting in the front. For that, I will literally pull out some Monte Carlo here. Or yeah, for your convenience, I'm starting in the front and not in the back. Or either way, I think the water will get cloudy very quickly anyway. The first path is done. Now let's cut the next one. For that reason, rotate it to the other side. Okay, now let's trim it from the other side. Ooh. With the left hand, I'm not very good with trimming things with my left hand. And there is always the light reflection exactly where I need to trim it because it's in the middle. Oh, no, I have to do it with my right hand. That is too difficult. Okay, I think I have to look at it from the front a little bit. I hope it's still visible for you and you're starting to see that little path that I'm talking about. You know, it goes here and then it goes back here. Okay, so there we are again. The water is changed and we are cutting the final thing. So now pulled out the final bamboo stick. Yeah. Cutting down a little bit the Monte Carlo in the back here because I wanted to run behind the sand path, to run it behind the hill. And there is some sand, you can see it here behind the tank. You can see over here, there is some sand that was going over there all the way from the beginning. So we are only restoring what has been there before. Let me check it from the front. Oh, it's fine. The sand path kind of loses on the horizon, in the perspective, and the sense of depth is amazing. I just love it. I don't know if you can see it, if the water is cloudy again, but it goes to the back. Love it. So nice. Maybe cut a little bit more into that corner. It's fine. So guys, just refilled with water again and scooped out some of the trimmings here, and now we have a more clear picture for you. And yeah, I like it. Really nice. You have this sand path. Of course, there is still some dirt in the front, so let's empty it one more time, final time, before adding the La Plata sand. So you keep counting, you know, adding the numbers. So So guys, here we are. You can have a clean view now on the sand path that goes to the back. This one is to be filled with La Plata sand. Here we go. I got my La Plata sand here. For those of you who know, this is my favorite cosmetic sand. And one of these. And so yeah. Let's fill in the sand. I like to do it from the back, and then this way you can fill it up a little bit higher. The thing is, with flow, with shrimps, when I will add new shrimps to that tank, it will sort of crumble down anyway. And yeah, because things are wet, it's very sticky, so it's not really possible to watch the sand how it folds down. And we're making it a little bit wider in the foreground. So there we go. Let's take, I don't know, my tweezers and somehow form it a little bit. Doesn't really work out as intended. Okay, got my little spray bottle. Maybe you remember it from a previous video. And let's use this one to spray the sand down. Yeah, that works well. That works well. You can see from the back, I can spray the sand down from the plants. So it becomes a little bit like liquid and goes in the direction where I want it to go. And the more you spray, the more you can flush it down and even out things. And yeah, there you have it. Job done with this water and sand. Now I have some graded gravels in here in this little container. So we have them here, all kind of small stones, and yeah, I could insert them individually with tweezers or sprinkle them. So that would be something I would do for the final shot, like very accurately place them. I think for now I will just take some of the smaller ones. I can find more at the bottom, not the big ones. I want some of the small ones. Here they are. Again, let's put them in this little spoon and just sprinkle them along that way to add a little bit of detail. Whew, there is some dust. And if you spray the entire thing, we have some details on the sand path and it looks a lot more natural. So if I was about to take a final shot of this aquarium, which will be the case now that it's cleaned, and I will make sure to take care of it until the final shot, do my weekly water changes, add some nutrients, etc, etc. Then for the final shot, I'm going to take my tweezers and go inside and maybe take those little rocks and, you know, like move them to certain positions, one over here, one over there, and, you know, just kind of optimize this whole situation here in the background. Maybe use individual rocks, put them to specific positions to mimic very, very small stones in the bag. Eventually use some stones here on the green carpet. You know, I can show you, I can take a little rock like this one, which has a flat side at the bottom. And yeah, that one for the final shot, I could literally place on top like here, maybe squeeze it a little bit into the Monte Carlo and it would stay there. Just keep it there for a few days or for a week or so, so it gets a little bit of a patina. If you want to make it like 100% authentic, you can take these rocks, put them in a tray with water, put it on your windowsill and keep it there for a month or so. They will get this natural patina from being submerged and maybe little algae growing on them whatsoever. Just keep them maybe in a tank that is running, so they get this aged look before they use them inside for details for your final shot. And yeah, this is basically it. I think we have to fill it up with water one more time, drain it one final time, and then fill up with clean water. So I'm gonna see you in a second. This has been it, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching the maintenance session on this 20-centimeter cube. It's been fun for me. I have done 10 plus probably water changes. Hopefully some of you have done the math, probably went all the way back and rewatched the video and counted all the water changes I have done on this one. And yeah, now is the time to reveal how many of them I have done. A little, I don't know. And somewhere here or somewhere down here or down here, you're gonna see the number. I don't know even myself. Logan will put it on the screen for you, and I'm gonna fix the first comment who guessed the number of water changes right. And yeah, this is it for this one. I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you did so, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so yet. And if you want to support the production of this channel, consider becoming a member. I know, for the first time when I announced the YouTube membership, I said there are not gonna be any exclusive perks, but those who are members, they know there are some. I'm not gonna say which they are, because they are sporadic. So if you want to find out, sneak in, have a look. I would really appreciate your support if you do so. If not, it's totally fine. Enjoy watching the free videos. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for watching. Love you. See you next time. Bye-bye.